Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning. I don't know which camera to look at here, but we're having some technical issues, so I thought I'd try some different angles here for the camera today. So I hope you're all doing well during this time of year as it's getting a little bit colder, or actually yesterday wasn't that cold, but it's overall getting a little bit colder. And I hope your Thanksgiving plans are ready, and please have a fun and safe week. So I was wondering, we haven't done this in a while because we have lovely slides that Kyle Yamasaki creates for our virtual services. But do you know what we do with the service books? The service books. I'd like to give you an example. Okay, this here is a service book. Okay, can't really tell, but it's got the Pure Land Sutras here. Okay, so in our tradition, what we do is it's called itadaku, or it's called chodai suru. Okay, so what we do basically before I start the service or before I start chanting, I go like this, and I bring it up like that, right? And I bring it down, okay, and then I open it up. And then once I close the book, I'm done chanting, then I close the book, right? And then I bring it up to my forehead, up to like my kind of like my eyebrow area, and then I kind of slightly bow a little bit. So it's not like you bring it up here, but it's slightly bowing, okay? So like that, okay? And you're probably wondering what I'm doing. Am I, is he trying to eat? Is Sensei trying to eat this book, or trying to, like put all the information in my head or something like that? So there's a lot of different ideas that happen, but basically what it is that these sutras, the reason why we itadaku or chodai suru is because they contain the sacred words and teachings of the Buddha, okay? So that's why we chodai suru or itadaku this book, okay? In Buddhism, but more broadly speaking, kind of in Eastern cultures, there's a particular emphasis on things, okay? Things, and treating them with respect. So here in the modern world, we often think to ourselves that because we bought something, that it's now in our possession, right? That it's now ours, and we can do what we want with it, and throw it on the floor if we want. We can put our feet on it or whatever, right? Or use it as a when your table is wobbly, you can use it to put it underneath the foot, right? Then we think that we could do what we want with these things because it's ours. It's ours to control, right? So this is, I think, also a very kind of misguided way of thinking that is so prevalent in today's society. And that kind of thinking is very kind of selfish, right, and egocentric, and doesn't go along with the principle of Buddhism. And we should consider ourselves part of the world, okay? That the world is not part of us, okay? That we are part of the world, okay? And that includes then respecting or trying to show our respect towards the things that we use, okay? Actually, we are not simply using these things, right? We're actually being allowed to use these things, right? So in Japanese, there's a word for this, okay? It's called ukemi, okay? So if you know what that means, it means the passive tense, okay? The passive tense. Nanika o tsukawasete itadaku, right? So I am enabled to use something. I am being allowed to use something, right? Manabasete itadaku, right? I am allowed to learn. I am allowed to learn, right? Benkyou sasete itadaku means I am allowed to study. One other thing, shigoto o sasete itadaku. Shigoto o sasete itadaku. I am allowed to do my job or my occupation. Oftentimes we think to ourselves, I am the one who goes to work. I do the work. I don't want to do all the work. Actually, and I myself am guilty of this, but shigoto o sasete itadaku kind of changes the way we think about it, right? I am allowed to have this job that allows me to feed my family, to have a place to stay, right, and to carry out my livelihood, okay? So this ukemi, the passive phrase, is a very important way of kind of thinking of this world, or one other very important way of thinking about this world, okay? So the end of the year is coming up, and what happens at the end of the year, right? Well, as Buddhists, let's call them Oseibo gifts, okay? Okay, let's try to maybe stay away from using or avoid using the word Christmas, which in no way, right? It's in no way intended as a sign of disrespect to our Christian brothers and sisters, but we do have our own religious tradition that we should be proud of, okay? So let's not use the word Christmas and instead use the word oseibo, which simply just means end of the year gift, okay? So at the end of the year, when we receive all kinds of stuff, sometimes we get so much stuff that it creates a lot of kind of clutter in our house, right? But there is a major holiday known as, does anybody know? In December 8th, we observe this observance. December 8th. Yes, thank you. I saw some mouths moving. It's Bodhi Day, okay? Bodhi Day. It is the day that the Buddha is said to have attained awakening, okay? So the Buddha sat underneath a Bodhi tree and said, I will not move from here until I have attained awakening. So he sat in meditation, and at the dawn of the morning, when the sun was just about to rise, Shakyamuni Buddha found the path to enlightenment and touched his hand on the ground, okay? So one of the key principles then of Buddhism is understanding the principle of impermanence, okay? What does impermanence mean? I know it's kind of a hard word, but what does impermanence mean? It means that all things change, okay? It means that things change. It changes when we meet new people, or when we have to say goodbye to people, when we meet new experiences and challenges, or then we have to say goodbye to certain experiences and certain challenges, right? This is the way life works. Sometimes change is a good thing, and it's much welcomed, right? But sometimes we don't want change. Sometimes we don't want these changes to come in our lives, but there is nothing we can do about that. And Buddhism teaches us this very key, important teaching. Change is the truth of this world, okay? So when it comes to things, change happens then in the form of our, relationships with them. And what Buddhism teaches us is that as difficult as it might be, we have to see that change is something that we must eventually come to accept and then let go. Okay? And this is far, far easier said than done. Okay? So I would like to ask the Dharma School to do a small little project that I kind of thought of. And this project is to carry out a specific task in regards to this issue of impermanence. I would like us to go through the process of experiencing change and recollecting our feelings towards this change. So this small little project is to pick three things, okay? Three things that, such as toys, okay, that we will give away to charity, right? And you could bring them to the temple or leave them either at the office or my front porch, and I will collect them and take them to Goodwill or the Salvation Army. And these three items do not have to be the things that you still are using a lot right now, but I would like you to choose three things, okay? Three things or toys. And when you pick these items, I want you to think about how these items help to raise you, okay? What did you learn from this item? For example, if it's a baseball mitt that you've outgrown, right, and it's now too small, this glove taught me how to catch a ball. This glove taught me about how to play baseball and how to be on a team. I learned about teamwork. So you can say then that this glove taught me about teamwork, right? Something that I will take with me for the rest of my life. This glove, okay? Thank you, glove, right? And I would like you to kind of really sit down and think about this, because this process is what Buddhism is teaching us. And in order to show you the importance of treating things with respect and how serious this can kind of get, I'd like to show you something that helped kind of inspire me to think of this kind of small little project. So I'd like to show you a little video now that hopefully you might like. Kind of a tearjerker there. So I think it's so moving that that we don't ever get to see Emily's face, right? Which makes this feeling of being abandoned even more powerful. But like Jessie, this cowgirl toy, we can really feel this sense of loss after being abandoned by Emily, right? So Do we want to be like Emily and not care about the things that we have and our relationships with the various things that help to care for us, that help to raise us, right? Or do we want to follow the Buddha's teachings and see the importance of showing our gratitude for the things that help to raise and nurture us, right? So on Bodhi Day, I will ask a few of you Dharma School students if you can possibly share share what you decided to give away, and I would like you to talk about this at the service. It can be really short, but I really would like to hear from you guys, and we will have a service, and the service will be in part, right, to pay tribute in recognizing these things that helped to raise and nurture us, right? I will take part in this too, right? Adults, you are welcome to do this too, right? I don't want a whole garage sale worth of things in my front yard, but if you would like to participate, that I encourage you to do so. Or if you'd like to, help your children, that would be greatly appreciated, right? So I would like to end today, and I look forward to your responses. And I'd like to present, do this on Bodhi Day, okay? Bodhi Day is December 5th, okay? So on December 5th, maybe if we could have something ready to share, that would be fantastic, okay? So thank you very much for your time today. Please join me in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.